It is starting to get cooler, and the nights are getting longer. It is 4:33 a.m., and we are headed to the gym to get I can't even think of a good descriptive word right now, but by the end of this back day, I am going to have the wings of an angel, and I'm going to ascend. It is going to be a pretty good back day. That's the prediction. Um, I kind of made the same mistake that I did yesterday morning. And I woke up at 4 and I just kind of laid in bed for a little too long. But that's all right. Morning weight was what, 212.2? So that's about the range that we want. We have not dipped above 213 at all. So that means we're doing something right. And one more thing before we get into the actual talk about the lift. Tragedy struck yesterday. I didn't realize it until after I had gotten to work, but I left my lunch at home. Just forgot to grab it. So, didn't realize it till I got there. Opened my trunk, and I saw the empty outline of my book bag missing. So, if I was on a bulk, if that was the case, I think that would have been like actually really rough. I could have recovered, just go get food from somewhere. But on a cut, what am I going to do? I don't really I don't have enough calories in the day to be able to justify going to like fucking McDonald's or, anything like that. So I was kind of stuck with two options, either, suck it up, get some sort of fast food, try to pick some good options, and, probably have only like 300 calories left by the time I get home for dinner. Or I power through the day, call it an intermittent fast, because I've already worked out and I've already like had a breakfast to kind of recover from the lift. So it won't exactly hurt me to do that. So that's exactly what I did. Didn't eat anything. My lunch consisted of a diet or a zero sugar orange Celsius. It wasn't too bad. I've gotten pretty used to just ignoring the hunger pangs, so wasn't too bad. But as for the actual lift today, I feel pretty inspired for back. So after a little warm up, get everything nice and loose, I think I'll do, there's a low, like a chest supported hammer strength low row machine. And that's the one that I normally do. I always load up some pretty crazy weight on it. And I was watching a Phil Heath, prep for Olympia little video. And he was using pretty much the same machine, but his form was a lot different. He was, instead of like being seated with his knees tucked under the seat, he was standing in almost like a plank position with his chest like pressing into the top of that chest support. And it gave him a much greater range of motion, especially like towards the bottom of the movement. So he was able to like stretch out his lats a lot more. So looks pretty cool. So we're gonna play around with that and see how that feels. Maybe that'll be a new staple. You never know. Uh, definitely expect some cable pullovers and maybe some cable rows. I don't know. A big question mark on what the third movement could be, but really, I think that's all I need. Um, I definitely feel like pretty darn tired today. I feel a little fatigued, especially like around my like sternum. I just feel like I don't know what it is, like a tightness. I don't know. I don't expect it to really affect the lift. And as soon as the pre-workout starts to hit, I'm sure the grogginess will go away. But moments like this kind of make you ask, why don't you just take a rest day? You know, a rest day here and there won't really hurt. But my reasoning for, just saying, oh, whatever, and going is, in reality, if I were to skip the gym, I'm only getting like 1 more hour of sleep, if that, because I still have to like fall back asleep. Will take me a few minutes, and then I gotta get up anyways, and really I won't feel any better after that 1 hour. The only difference would be that I didn't go to the gym. So, that's kind of my reasoning is, what's going to benefit me more, like 45 more minutes of sleep or just sucking it up and going to the gym. And I'm more inclined to say going to the gym, having my little routine, it does make me feel better in the long run. So, uh, in terms of our gym preparation triarchy, I am as well rested as I could be. Went to bed as early as possible, so I did get a good couple hours of like pretty deep sleep. Um, hydration wise, probably within the range of the 30 ounces, give or take. Uh, I know I woke up in the middle of the night and drank like a bottle of water, so hopefully that'll help me out. And then, as for carbs, I had a packet of Welch's fruit gummies right before like recording this video. So 17 grams of carbs, a quick digesting sugar is kind of the best thing that I could do for myself. It is nice if you like to wake up like early in the morning and lift. I implore you to have like a Welch's fruit gummy packet, or if you like Rice Krispie treats, you can have some of those. Something, something that is a fast digesting sugar, because it will give you that like little extra pep that you need for the lift. So, for these like pre-workout little snacks in the morning, I never count them towards the total like caloric intake, just because I'm burning through all of it during the lift. It's like, it's a very negligible amount of calories. Uh, I never counted it before, and cut's going great. So no real need to consider that towards it. Now, if I was having like, you know, 25 plus grams of carbs before the gym, yeah, I'm going to add that, because it is a significant amount, much more significant than just 70 calories of carbs, you know? So, whew, we're going to make it to the gym here in a minute. I'm going to just blast something, some sort of music, just to kind of wake myself up a little bit. So, I will see you guys in the gym.
That felt pretty fucking good. I am going to drop the weight a little bit because, man, it just digs into my fucking chest. So I think drop the weight by one plate and kind of really focus on the squeeze at the top to make up for the lack of weight. Man, that was fucking good. Wow. And I was the only guy in the class. Woo! Man. That's true. That's true, man. I used to be in the back of that class, and she said, "Why can't you come to class?"
From News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center, here's the Carolinas' most trusted forecast on classic rock. 101.1, sunny 4 highs top out in 87 degrees. Tonight, we're low drop to 63, and Sunday, lots more sunshine with highs approaching 90. Meteorologist Phil classic rock 101.1.
Okay.
But now there are effective ways to deal with that pain. And we're not talking about drugs or surgery either. John Boyle here. Listen, there's exciting new cellular therapy that can achieve lasting relief. And the place to go get it is QZ Kinetics. QZ Kinetics uses cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Chronic pain or vascular injury, getting to know steroids and surgery and pain pills are no longer your only option. Check out QZ Kinetics and regenerative medicine.
Oh. Okay. So, shit. That was such a good fucking back day. Oh my god. Yeah, that new variant of that low row machine, that's gonna be a new staple. That's for fucking sure. But let's see how this pump looks through the shirt. Pretty hard to fucking tell. I forgot to wear a tank today, so I'm trying to just keep it as fucking skin tight as possible. But I will show off the back a little bit. A little bit. The shirt's not fully coming off, but I will do a lat spread. Man, that is hard to fucking hold. And there's that other one that people do where they're like, and then the back double by. That one is by far one of my weakest fucking poses. And that's because I still got the love handles. These fuckers, they do not want to go away. That's like the last place that the fat is really starting to leave, because like my stomach, I'm sure you guys can tell, just like look at the videos. Is that a fucking hair in my mouth? Look back at like videos from like a month or two ago versus now. You'll be able to tell a good difference with the stomach and the chest and everything. And even the love handles, I mean, these certainly have gone down, but not as much as one would hope. So, man, oof, that's enough posing. I'm fucking beat. That was a fucking great back day. I don't get to do rear delts today. I don't have the time. So I think maybe on Monday is going to be meant to be a leg day. But I'm thinking about making it a dedicated shoulders day, just because I haven't been able to hit shoulders these last like 2 rotations. and they deserve the love. So, TBD. But I'm going to go shower up, and I'll see you guys in the car. Well, one more thing. I was reviewing the footage, and I want to redo those back shots because the lighting where I was standing at wasn't ideal. So let me see. Let's see about this. How's that? Backwards a little bit? Is that what you guys are saying? Like right here? I think right there. All right. Let's review that footage. See how that's looking. And you're probably wondering why I'm not like just taking this thing off and posing like that. There's nothing worth showing yet, especially in the front. Nothing really worth showing off yet. The back is probably my best part. So I figure, let's just see the progress. I haven't posed down like shirtless with the back in a long time. So I just want to see what it looks like. But in the distant future, after the cut, maybe we'll do some more shirtless pose downs. But for now, this is the most you'll get.
Man, QT did not treat me right this morning. I went in with the high hopes of getting like a frozen coffee or something. It's pretty low in calories. It would just be a nice, sweet treat. Well, they don't have it anymore. When did they stop serving that? Couldn't really fucking tell you. But I know for a fact I don't want a hot coffee. I'm not a hot coffee guy. And as for the actual breakfast items, well, all they had were fucking sausage biscuits. That's just fucking terrible. So, we're going with the poor man's breakfast today. We got a protein guy, a strawberry milk, and then I also got a fucking Uncrustable, just so that I have something in my system to keep me going until lunchtime. And I didn't forget my lunch this time, so don't you fucking worry about that. But man, pretty fucking good back day today, right? Everything looked really good. Everything felt really good. And man, I reviewed the pose down footage and re-recorded the back shots. I gotta stop calling it back shots. But the back view. Redid it with some better lighting just so you can see some better definition. And man, it's still pretty crappy. I still look like I'm like a melted box of crayons, at least around the love handles. But everything else is coming together. I've got to shave my back though. I want to see some real definition, and I think all of that mess is kind of just covering everything up. So, all in all, everything looked great. So I'm pretty fucking pleased with today. Now we are headed into work as a wage slave always does. So, what do I have to talk about? What conversation topics can I discuss that I haven't already beaten? So a coworker of mine said that he was inspired by me because I always go to the gym in the morning before work, and he's like, he used to like go to the gym all the time when he was back in college. So he's getting back into it. Very happy for him. I love seeing that. He's the type of guy that like schedules everything out in a calendar. So he was showing me his calendar and how consistent he's been going every morning and stuff. And very happy for the guy. And I asked him what type of split he was doing, and he said he was doing push-pull legs. And push-pull legs is solid. It is a solid split. But I think it also depends on what your goals are, right? So for any beginner lifter, I think PPL is great. You learn all the basics, you hit all the muscle groups, and like it's a good, basic, consistent routine. But if your goals are bodybuilding, like real, like you want to compete someday, however long that may take, that's something you want to do, I'd say to, probably steer away from PPL. Not to say that it's not a good split. And I'm like positive there are a bunch of like pro bodybuilders or, people that do compete that do a variant of push-pull legs. But I'd say the vast majority don't. And the reason is with push-pull legs. So on a push day, you've got to do chest, shoulders, and triceps. Okay. And if you like really lift with like good intensity and you have like a good amount of volume, nothing crazy, but like a decent, reasonable amount of volume with enough intensity, and you do everything right, you're still going to end up being at the gym for like 2 or 3 hours. It takes forever. And by the time you make it to triceps, you've already burnt yourself out. So you're not going to be able to put in as much effort on these accessory movements as you were doing the primary, which is, chest for that day. And the same problem goes to back, because you've got back, you've got rear delts, and you've got biceps for pull, right? By the time you finish back and rear delts, your biceps are already cooked because they play a role in that whole movement. But also, you're not going to be able to exert as much movement or as much effort onto that muscle, so it's going to suffer. And legs is legs. Legs is fine. But the point is, when you work all these bigger muscle groups and you've still got to do the full routine for your arms, it's no surprise that the PPL dudes have a big chest, they have a big back, but then they've got smaller shoulders and smaller arms. So if you want to get into that whole thing, I would suggest if you're a beginner, stick with PPL. It's great. You learn a lot. But after you've kind of got your bearings, I think that's where you're kind of at the point where you owe it to yourself to like experiment, play around with different types of splits and, I saw, what's his name? Derek Lunsford is doing, this type of split. Let me try that. That seems pretty cool. Just play around. Find what works for you. I fucked around with all sorts of different splits before I landed on, what I do now, where I'm doing chest and side delts, back and rear delts, arms and legs. But it wasn't always like that. I started with push-pull legs, and after a good while of push-pull legs, I got it all figured out. So then I did push-pull legs, but I added in an arm day. So I would do all of push-pull legs, but then I had an extra arm day at the end. And then I moved on from that, and I did an Arnold split, which is chest and back, shoulders and arms, and then legs. And I ended up running into an issue with that, same as I did with push-pull legs, where by the time I finished chest, man, I'm fucking tired. It's hard to have a full chest day and then a full back day. That is insane. That is really fucking hard. And so after a while of doing that, I was like, okay, let me do like this chest and back day will be more chest focused. And then the second rotation of the week, it'll be more back focused. And I did that for a little bit. And I was like, well, this is just kind of like, I might as well just have a dedicated chest day and a dedicated back day. It's just, it'll give me more time to recover between muscle groups. And it's just kind of stupid to do it the way I was. So then I started toying around with what I do now. Loved it. And I've been doing it ever since. So, after you get all of your bearings, after you've learned the basics, start experimenting. Figure it out. And, I think I say this with every type of like gym rant that I go on, but like I think it is very important for you to be having fun with it. Like if you fucking hate whatever split you're doing, you're like, oh man, I've got hamstrings, chest, and abs today. I fucking hate this split. It sucks. You don't have to do it. Nobody's holding a gun to your head telling you like, yeah, do the fucking freak split, you know? Nobody's asking you to do that. If you don't like it, that's kind of the beauty of it. You can find something that you do like. So figure it out. Have fun. Copy other people. I think bodybuilding is very similar to like the arts in that people who do painting or calligraphy or drawing or whatever, I was a big drawer back in the day. But the people that do all that, they didn't start off, drawing masterpieces. They started off, copying their favorite cartoon characters, tracing Family Guy off the TV. And then from there, you kind of develop a good baseline of like understanding. And then eventually you're making your own persona OC, So experiment and enjoy it. It's fun. It is fun to figure it all out. So, I think I've taken up a good amount of yap time here. So we've got arms tomorrow. So look forward to that. Well, I've got cardio tonight after work and then arms tomorrow. So yeah, look forward to it. I know I am. So I'll catch you guys later.